finally came back to the city around like 15, and ended up catching a charge that it resulted in a 15-year prison sentence. So yeah, armed robbery charge. I wasn't no axe murderer or nothing, but I was easily influenced. Just one of the young dudes trying to find a place in the neighborhood world at large. And ended up following the wrong people, and learned my lessons from it. But I wouldn't change it for nothing. I wouldn't even trade it in for a degree at this point. Like no regrets.
Wow. And that speaks volumes.
That does.
Not many people would say that, So that speaks volume, but also, I said, just your character and your demeanor. You're so calm. You're so humble. What was it like, serving those years, and like where was your mindset? Because some people have never been, and they don't know. I've never been. I don't know. Like what was your mindset?
Was your
and how did
mental
you maintain sanity?
I mean, like your mental doesn't stay in one place. So in those type of situations, initially like depression. Initially depression. It's a lot to grasp when they give you so much time and you're so young, you don't have a concept of time.
Right.
But once I broke through the wall of just being stressed and feeling down for myself, it's like this is the reality of it. I'm not trying to go out bad. Like, I don't know, I'm one of those people that's like, when it's all said and done, at least you can't say that I went out bad. So, I don't know, I just stayed to myself and really just got into my studies and just like trying to learn who I was, because the thing about the institution versus the free world is like, if there was one plus, you don't have so many things that's pulling away your attention in so many different directions. So it's like there's nothing to focus on but you.
Yourself.
Yeah. So, you really are. It's like, in a sense, if you do it the right way, God forbid anybody have to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
But for those that do,
get back
if
to
they
center.
if they do it the right way, and they can, they'll benefit from the silence, because it's a lot of noise out here, and it's easy to get caught
there.
up.
Right. No, he said that's very profound.
Right. That's a very profound way of thinking of. Right.
Yeah. So that's like, that's good to hear, like, especially for people who may be going through that or
right now,
they may be in a situation where they may have to go, and just to give them some type of positivity to go in there,
a
like,
different perspective on looking on it.
Yeah, it's a different perspective. So thank you for sharing that aspect. Yeah. So how did you transition from that back into society and into your music?
Still transitioning. I feel like every day I'm just learning something new. But like I said, just where I could focus my attention. Somebody had told me when I was about to go down the road, was like, he basically said that I was going to get an opportunity to get to know myself minus the clothes, the cars, women, the things you have access to. And when I grasped that during the sentence, it was a blessing. But when I got out, I kind of forgot that lesson. And before you know it, my attention was everywhere.
Yeah.
Started feeling, it's easy to compare yourself to people out here.
Very much so.
Very much so, especially in Atlanta.
Man.
Yeah, you'll get to the point where you're like, damn.
I'm behind.
I'm behind,
like,
yeah. But a lot of stuff I was agreeing to. I was just happy to have a car, happy to have a phone, happy to have my own clothes. So I wasn't real materialistic. But like I say, I'm just now adjusting, and I'm like, hold up. I need to, step my game. But I'm not really material in that sense. If I like it, I like it. But I don't get caught up in the hype of like, I need this brand or that brand.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the biggest transitions. It's aspects. I had to transition musically.
Yeah.
Like, just go to the clubs. That's how I got out on the scene, trying to just soak up the culture, But
yeah, that's my next question. How do you feel like the time you served and coming back into the free world, how did that mold your style of music?
Most definitely, because it's a hybrid situation. It's like, I'm hood, East Atlanta, EA, flat shows, all of that. But 288, the Trill City, all of that. And I mean, I was raised, unfortunately, in what they call the trenches. So that's still in me, and I'm fighting that part of me, but it's like knowing better and then getting out here where you see like where the culture is right now. And I don't know, I'm finding my place still because it's a beautiful culture, but man, it's like diluted with a lot of bullshit too, and a lot of stuff that before I left that wasn't cool.
Yeah,
it's cool now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing on my morals and just trying to find that middle ground of where I'm willing to compromise so people don't feel uncomfortable around me, and I can feel comfortable around people.
Yeah.
But standing on mine, you know what I'm saying? Because, for example, in the hood, they holler slime.
Yeah.
Like being slimy and that type of thing, as if it's cool. That wasn't never cool.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day.
So it's hard to be in the neighborhood when you know, like, the majority of the youth are, like, following the ideology where it's glorified for them to be cutthroat.
Wow.
So it's like, damn, do I even want to be out here in my own neighborhood?
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, I commend you because it's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To even come out here and I just say stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
That's what we always preach. Stay true to yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you do with your music, you do a very good job with balancing the two. You know,
I appreciate that.
So I say just stay true to yourself. You're doing it.
I ain't got no choice.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
And that's on God.
But you're doing it, and you also carry this energy about you that even if you walk into a room, it's like, oh wow, you can tell, DC just came in the building. You know what I'm saying? And you're not doing nothing extra. You just being yourself, but your energy speaks for itself.
Man, energy speaks before anything else.
And even when you perform in your music, it's so like powerful. Because you can tell that you're someone who's a true artist. You can tell you're someone who's really been through something.
Right.
And that is literally like that's portrayed in your music. And for you, out of all of your music, which song do you feel like most relates to your journey?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, man. There's so many because I don't know, like it's my journal before it's anybody's entertainment.
Period.
So it's like whatever's on my mind, that's what I'm putting down.
That. Yes, I love that.
And I don't know, each piece, it could be a song that could be played in the club and it would still have like
substance.
Yeah, it would have a piece of my experience that's near and dear to me because it would be a blank slate if I didn't have these experiences.
You're right.
You know.
And with that, I want you to understand that those experiences are just in place for you to be the best version of yourself. Like you can now take those experiences, and because you chose to change your perspective on something that was meant to bring you down, and you chose to bring it up, bring yourself up, with those experiences, like your future is bright. And I just want you to know, like, what we do at Indie High is being high on your God-given talent and sharing it with the world. And that's what you do. You're like the epitome of that, right? And so whatever we can do to support you, that's our job.
I appreciate
you see what I'm saying? We understand that in our community, what do we say? Crabs in the barrel. Everybody trying to compete and, my way or the highway, bring each other down. And so we're trying to break that mold. So I want you to know we see you. We see you doing your thing, and we fully support you. So I just wanted to encourage you in your journey. And you have to understand, everything happens for a reason.
It does.
I met you in a random parking lot, but it was for a reason.
Yes.
But look how far it's come. You see what I'm saying? And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it all. So I just want to empower you and encourage you to just like keep on your journey.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
I'm glad. I'm grateful we met.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
Yes.
It was a connection that was meant to happen. So
most definitely, because I done been outside wasting a lot of time. And everybody, drunk conversations, you start talking about ruling the world at 3-4 in the morning. But we gonna do this, we gonna do that. So I measure like the quality of friends by those who show and prove. We could take a drunk conversation and turn it into a party, a podcast, you know what I'm saying?
A performance.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
No, I'm appreciative of that. Let me know I ain't wasting my time being outside.
So what's next for you? What you got up your sleeve coming up? Like, do you have anything?
You know, it's tourist season.
Yeah,
so,
I know that's right.
You know, so annually we always do something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, around my birthday.
Okay.
So next month after
My
your
birthday.
shindig, after we tear that down, we're gonna tear my party down.
Okay,
Yes,
then.
let us know. We in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got that single Up Forever. I just sent it to you people, but dropping that next month, followed up by a solo project. It'll be my fourth.
Ooh, look at you.
Yes.
A man that's working.
Hello.
Okay. And so let's talk about, you know, the song that we will play at the end of the show. How did that song come about? Was it a thought? Did you know, what happened that you were like, let me write this specific song?
I want this to be my
Yeah.
single.
You don't think this is a lie. But the same parking lot over there on Trinity, around Magic City, all of that. Went to the after hour and needed to make it home. So I'm finna get on 20 and my phone started blowing up. It's like, hey, I need you to come by to do such and such. I'm like, man, what? Up forever. My trap doesn't sleep, and that's what the hook said. So, yeah, same parking lot we met. I was inspired by a phone call that took me in the opposite direction of where I was going.
Yeah.
Okay.
At 6 in the morning. It was one of them nights. but it's called Up Forever, so, yeah.
Okay. I love it. I like how you bring in like your real life
The
experience.
real life,
and that's one of those songs. It's a club hit.
Yeah.
And it's definitely from real. It's not nonfiction. It's
Right.
real
It's
life.
like my real life.
Yeah. Same parking lot. Shout out to them boys. 404.
I love it. And speaking of that, we do believe in shouting your team out.
Yes.
So, you know, let us know about your team, your producers. Anybody a part of your team, go ahead and shout them out because we believe in that.
Oh, man, shout out to that boy Backpack Trap. Shout out to Davy, who's like everybody's mother. That's the project manager. Phone
She be
going
on
off
it.
right now. She
Yeah.
don't play. But Morewood, Chi-Town chapter, he's the producer / artist. Richie. We got a few artists. It's a dope collective. We'll be here all day if I named everybody who's a part of
love
the
it.
collective.
Yes.
But that's good that you have a good support system and a good.
Free that
team.
boy Salsa, man. Free
Okay.
my boy Salsa, man. Well, that's one of the last projects I put out, Free Salsa.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's EP with me and my boys. It's
You
good
always
music.
gotta have a
It's good
solid
music.
team. You gotta have a solid team.
You got to
so.
have a solid team. I
You'll
love
like
that.
it. You'll like it.
I love that. And with that being said, since you have been through so much, what like positive advice or words? It
Of
could be a
encouragement,
quote, a sentence. Like, can you
Leave with the
encourage those who maybe have gone through what you've gone through? They still not, you know, in the headspace you're in. They still trying to get through it, but they are still passionate about what they do. What advice do you have for them?
Be definite in your purpose. Know what you want. And know that it's a difference between what you want and what you need.
Ooh.
Because that's like the biggest hang up that I still struggle with. I think everybody struggles
Absolutely.
with
Absolutely.
But, you know, how many times we've been attracted to somebody and we like, that's what I want. Found out that wasn't
That
what we
wasn't
need. Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry. I would tell anybody the same water that wash you and nourish you could drown you.
Wow.
You know what I'm
That's deep.
saying? It's just how you use it.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I got some homeboys that ain't good for nothing but fucking something up. So I don't hit them up until it's time to fuck something up.
Hey, you know where they stand.
You know what I mean? You can't give them nothing. Don't let them hold no money, no nothing. They gonna fuck it up. But it's just knowing the characteristics. Nobody's perfect, you know, and just learning to accept your tribe wholeheartedly. You can't love people in slices type shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the advice I would give them.
Can't love people in slices.
That's the advice I would give them. And yeah, same. What you want ain't what you need, and what you need ain't what you want. A lot of the times they're on the opposite end.
Wow.
I love it. All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. Go ahead and rewind that. You know you want to.
I can't get nobody no advice musically. I feel like that's just whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So
Everybody in their own lane.
Everybody in their own lane.
yeah,
I love it. I love
should
it.
be.
You're right. You should be.
It should be.
Yeah, so before we close out, one thing. I remember I saw you one time And I feel like it was probably a couple years ago, but it was around our birthdays. And you said, I don't know if you said you were performing or you were at a place where they started shooting. And you said a bullet went right by you, right?
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't performing. I was just on Edgewood.
You were just kicking it, but tell us about that, because it's crazy that, you know, sometimes life is it's right just there. Like that, and especially out in these Atlanta streets, you know, like it's very common for that could have ended totally different. You know what I mean? When I remember the next time I saw you, were like, sis, you don't even know what just happened, like da da da. But tell us about that, because to me that's your testimony. Like that could have a few inches, that could have been you. So please tell everybody about that story real quick.
One of many, but that's the most recent one. Just on Edgewood, I think it was like a video game night or something. I'm sitting there watching somebody play video games.
Oh, wow.
And before you know it, like, I felt the bullet whiz by. And we saw it.
Inside?
The shots came from outside.
Inside.
Came inside,
Wow.
And so by the time everybody gathered themselves, it was like we went to the security room just to see the footage. And you could see it. Everybody just went. They looked at me like, man, like, you supposed to be here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, but it was surreal. Like, I don't even.
Mercy.
I can't even describe the feeling when it was like real fresh. I'm kind of like all trauma. Just buried it. I just buried it somewhere. But just even thinking about it, like, it's a weird feeling to know, because you know, we have our faith, but we aren't definite on what's on the other side. So I'm like, damn. Like, my people could have been mourning me, but where would I have been? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I in a state where I feel like I've done what I could?
Wow.
So it puts a spin on life, but all type of traumas and all type of events do if we can get the fruit from it.
If we can get the fruit from it. And I think that's a great way to end it. No matter what happens to us, no matter what happens, get the fruit from it. Get the positive from it. Take the good from it that you can, because life is going to life.
Spend the
perspective. But you literally are in control of how you react and how you deal and how you move forward. You're in control of that. And sometimes we feel like we don't have choices in things, but it's like with everything we have a choice, because we have to choose our mindset, you know, and that follows with perspective, you know, so train your mind to look at the brighter perspective.
Yes.
He's a living testament
testament.
He's literally a living testament. That's why I wanted, you know, him to tell that story, because just like that, like, what if he had his head turned? What if he had looked up right when it, you know, there's so many things that could have happened. Yeah. But I feel like it was still God letting you know, like, hey, you're not done. You still got stuff to do. Yeah. And I'm happy that you were able to take that.
I took it as a sign I don't be on Edgewood. Like, I think that was the first sign. Like, get your ass off of Edgewood. So I listened.
I heard you loud and clear.
I heard you loud and clear. I love that. And like this man told you, he has 4 albums. He has music out, okay? So please support him, because he is worth supporting. Absolutely. You know, his music is great. He has good quality music, and he's going to keep the hits coming. And if you want to see him live, you make sure you're at Indie High Saturdays. But how can people follow you? How can people check
your
you
music?
You can follow me at DC The Cause, DC_DA_DAUSC. Did I say DAUSC?
So you bet.
I forgot how to spell on this podcast. Cause DC The Cause. The is a DA, and but subscribe to Live Free Music Group on YouTube, because artists need to know that that's the streaming platform that pays the most.
Yeah.
So get your people to subscribe. So please subscribe to Live Free Music Group.
Live Free Music Group.
But that's the top streaming. You get mechanical and performance royalties. Like, so to any artists out there, any content creators, like, that's the avenue to go and promote ahead of everything else.
Okay. I love it. Thanks for that info. Exactly. That's what it's about. Spreading the info. Check him out, because it's worth it.
Thank you.
Okay. And speaking of which, before we close out this show, we are going to get into his music. But before we do that, Tay.
Hello.
How can people check us out?
Well, You can follow us on Instagram at indiehighradio.com. Indiehighradio.com. Okay, see, I'm jumping the gun. But Indie High Radio, radio spelled R8DIO. Also, you can hit us on Facebook. Make sure to like the page, Indie High Radio LLC, or you can hit the website, One Stop Shop, www.indiehighradio.com. Make sure to subscribe. On all podcast platforms.
Yes.
Just search Indie High Radio, spelled the normal way.
Yep.
Make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend, please.
Rate us, give us a good rating, because
Yes.
you already know. And, just keep us on the radar.
Yes, keep us on the radar. And shout out to our international listeners. We appreciate you guys always. Shout out to Playback Sounds, always holding us down. For all your production needs, make sure you hit up Playback.
And y'all professionalism. Y'all professional. Look, this is my first podcast. I feel comfortable. Like, we got to end it. I'm trying to see. I done got comfortable. But nah, I appreciate y'all professionalism.
Always. The seat is always open for you.
Exactly. It's always open. When you do your next project, you hit us up. We're going to have you back on, because that's what we do. We look out for our people.
Absolutely.
And you are our people.
Yes,
and now I'm so happy that we can bless you with his music.
Oh, yeah.
So we're about to get into one of his tracks. This is your girl, Donna LJ, signing out.
And this is your girl, Tay Digga.
Let you go ahead and introduce the track.
Yes, sir. It was Up Forever. Up Forever by DC The Cause, man. It's springtime, summertime hit, man. Y'all get into it.
Get into it.
Hey, Morewood, turn me up. My trail doesn't sleep, money keys calling me, I'm eating. I've been pushing pieces, ballin' G, I'm plugged in. Ain't no falling off, bitch, we up forever. Plugged in, ain't no falling off, bitch, we up forever. My trail doesn't sleep, money keys calling me, I'm eating. I've been pushing pieces, ballin' G, I'm plugged in. Ain't no falling off, bitch, I'm up forever. Plugged in, ain't no falling off, bitch, I'm up forever. I be on the east side of my city streets, putting on the daily, know them haters sick of me. I'm chosen, really having motion. Just take a look where I rose from. It really don't make no sense. Running it up with my twin and them, feeling like one of the O's. Blowing as I smoke out of the window. What a new foreign, picture me roll. Don't get in this car if you ain't gone. Don't talk no business unless you spin the song. My name ring bells in the slums. Walk in the store, let the engine run. Back off in this over the 2024. This year we on go. I'm in the stew, cooking in the yo, whipping up new flows. Don't do the music shit for the views and like shit. You look like you the type, trolling on the computer, writing hell. All you probably do is type. Online chasing validation, niggas all clout. I still got my reputation when I'm logged out. I ain't real, separate the fakes with all that flag and shit. Except no imitation on that cap and shit. I'm back in bitch. My trail doesn't sleep, money keys calling me, I'm eating. I've been pushing pieces, ballin' G, I'm plugged in. Ain't no falling off, bitch, we up forever. Plugged in, ain't no falling off, bitch, we up forever. My trail doesn't sleep, money keys calling me, I'm eating. I've been pushing pieces, ballin' G, I'm plugged in. Ain't no falling off, bitch, I'm up forever. Plugged in, ain't no falling off, bitch, I'm up forever.